I and a lot of our clients are on a never-ending quest for the perfect case.
The search for something better begins almost from the point of purchase. A professional B-flat clarinet is very often delivered in a attaché style case like this. A clarinet similarly delivered in an attaché style case, but configured for a B-flat and a clarinet together. But I almost never see these things in regular service. They're bulky, they're heavy.
They aren't weatherproof. You can't store a lot of stuff in them. Almost of necessity, you need to take something like this and then drop it in another shell or backpack bag or something like that in order to really get full utility out of it. So these cases end up being used for shipping off to the repair person or sticking in the back of the closet to prop up your music theory books. But beyond that, they're of limited utility. So then we get into the wonderful world of aftermarket cases.
With some of the more premium instruments, the aftermarket type cases have actually been filtering in as the primary offering that the clarinets are delivered in. You can see up top here the Legendre double case, which is basically the same shell, just without exterior handles to what the Tosca is delivered in, is based on the same basic form as what you see here, which is the BAM Signature, which is a backpack style double case. The interior is virtually identical there. So that's one way that we're seeing instruments delivered. Then down here, this is kind of the return of a classic here. The tradition model clarinets are being delivered in the old French pochette style cases, which also can't be carried without dropping in some sort of a protective shell, but good for saving on space and saving on weight if that is the way that you choose to carry. And then, of course, we have other aftermarket options here, like the Marcus Bona. This is the double, which has a little difficult to see here, but there's an external accessory pocket here, and then there's a larger music type pocket there. Comes with handles as well as backpack straps. This is what I want to focus on, though. The option here on the bottom, which is not much bigger, and actually in terms of thickness, I think is a touch slimmer than a standard single B-flat attaché case, but it's a double case. The diameter of the clarinet bells is what's going to determine the overall depth of any case, unless it's specifically a tapered design, like the French pochette. But beyond that, you can see this one comes in as no deeper than it needs to be able to accommodate the bells. So going around the horn here, we have the standard attaché double case. That is the French pochette double case. This is the BAM-made Legendre or Tosca style double case, which is, again, based on a similar configuration to the Signature and the new Trekking and several of the other BAM models. Then we get down to this new case that I'm pointing out. And then just for comparison, that is what a B-flat looks like. Now, as I was saying, when you go aftermarket, you pretty much can go one of two directions. Either a case which does it all on its own, like the BAM or Marcus Bona, which has storage, handles, backpack straps, so you can pretty much do your whole carry in a single case. Or with these types of options that in some cases don't even have external handles, they're intended to go in something else with your music and your accessories. So this being an ultra compact, ultralight option, there is no storage in there. There's room just for the clarinets and two mouthpieces, and that's it. The rest of what you bring along has to go in something else. So as a standalone option, it's actually not great. It does come with backpack straps and a little accessory pouch, but I can't really see anybody using it that way. I think the right application for this is leaving the straps to the side and drop this in a backpack or a tote bag or a wheelie or something like that, where you can keep everything else that you need. And this is just about saving size and saving weight. This case without the instruments in it is feather light. It barely weighs anything at all. Again, it's lined with a hard-shaped foam. It's not the most forgiving fit for the instruments, but it does hold them securely. And then the outside shell is a nice nylon, so it should hold up to use. The case is called the Traveler, and we've carried the single B-flat clarinet version for a number of years now. But although I had seen these cases in use in Europe, never were able to get them here in the United States. But now they're in the catalog, and now we have them in stock. Very reasonably priced too. So if this is something you might be interested in, please DM us or call us or email us, and we're happy to get into more of the specifics.